Welcome back to the Holmes Convocation Center, where the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team is going to be taking on the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. The Mountaineers are coming off a game yesterday where they went against Southern Alabama, came out with a 60-57 win, so they will be playing for their second time in 2 days. While the Warhawks, on the other hand, are coming back from ODU last night, where they played them the day before and lost that one 85-62. I'm Nick Norrid, your play-by-play commentator today, joined by Dylan Shepard on color. Dylan, how are you doing today?
Nick, I'm doing fantastic here on the court side of the Holmes Convocation Center. My first WSU basketball broadcast, so excited to be on the sideline here with you. We're going to have a lot of fun today. This game should be a competitive one between two teams looking to get into that top 10 of the Sun Belt standings and avoid that playing round of the Sun Belt tournament come March. So it should be a very competitive game. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Both these teams on paper have very similar stats. On the Mountaineers side, they're averaging 64 points per game. They're 44 when it comes to field goal percentage, 33% from three, 67% from free throw, while the Warhawks, on the other hand, are averaging 66 points per game. They're 39% from field, 35% from three, and 68% from free throw. So on paper, both these teams are going against each other. And even on this Warhawks team, we have a few familiar faces, Dylan, if you want to tell us about them.
Oh, yeah, we absolutely do, Nick. A couple of players that were on App State's team last year in Jamani Ingram and Asia Innes are now on the Warhawks this year, transferred away from Boone at the conclusion of last season and now find themselves at ULM, and they are here to play their former team and a little bit of a homecoming for them. No doubt Jamani Ingram and Asia Innes are going to be motivated to win against their former team, especially since ULM has never beaten App State in their history. They are 0-15 all time against the Mountaineers. Asia Innes and Jamani Ingram are going to look to lead the Warhawks to their first ever victory against App State, and those two players are going to have to take down their former team to do it.
Absolutely, as head coach Alora Sharp is in her second year for the Mountaineers, which means both Innes and Ingram played under her last year. So do you think that's going to play a factor into the schemes that this Mountaineers team is going to be playing? And do you think the Warhawks will be able to make a couple more reads or two than they usually do?
I think that it's going to be interesting to see how the ULM Warhawks defense can adjust to some of these sets that Alora Sharp runs, especially since, as you mentioned, Ingram and Innes played under Sharp last year. They have a decent idea of how this offense runs and how their defensive scheming works as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that matches up. I think that with that experience under Sharp that Ingram and Innes bring, it could provide some benefit to the Warhawks to get a little bit of stops, especially since both of those teams, as you mentioned on the stat sheets, are very similar in their total points and other stats.
Absolutely, and on the not-so-bright side for the Mountaineers, they will be missing their second leading scorer in this game, in Jaden McBride, which means that these guards like Deja Mitchell and Emma Smith are really going to have to step up like they did yesterday against Old Dominion.
Yeah, you've got the player Jaden McBride, as you mentioned, who was, seen in crutches towards the end of the game yesterday. As we've got the ball presentation ceremony going here on the floor of the Holmes Convocation Center. Pre-game ceremonies getting underway here, but as you mentioned, McBride is looking to motivate her team from the sidelines. Her being out, that second leading scorer, is going to be a huge loss for App State.
Absolutely, and with that being said, we're going to be taking a break for the national anthem. And we are back in the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina on 90.5 WASU. And today's starters between the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team versus the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. For the Mountaineers starting today will be guard Emma Smith, guard Deja Mitchell, Emily Hagee, Ferial Defnet Atla, and Elena Pericic. In regards to the Warhawks, starting will be Jamani Ingram, Asia Innes, Nakia Mays Prince, Kashanti Nichols, and Markavia Shavers. Some exciting players stepping in. Mays Prince for the Warhawks was a bit iffy coming out of the game versus Old Dominion, where she went down and a teammate had to actually carry her off. But, you know, today is her birthday, and we got word that she wants to play through it. She wants to see what she has in the tank and if she can make something happen on her birthday.
Yeah, it's really be very interesting to see how much offense she's able to provide this Warhawks team. She is their second leading scorer, averaging over 10 points a game. As you mentioned, Nick, she was a game-time decision going into this. Wasn't sure what her condition or status was going to be and how much she was going to be able to provide. But she's in the starting lineup, so we will just have to wait and see what she's able to do on the court for the Warhawks.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Scotty Fletcher has confidence in her abilities. She has a bit of a brace on her calf that connects up to another, it's like two different parts. One of them connects onto her thigh, the other one goes down to her calf and has sort of bands. It looks like it almost massages that calf to keep it loose. So we're going to have to keep note on that and see if she can play at 100% for sure.
It's also something to note that both the former App State players that are now on the Warhawks, Jamani Ingram and Asia Innes, are both starting in this game, trying to get that friendly welcome back to Holmes almost immediately. We'll see how they're able to play in the high elevation here at Boone. Now on the visiting side.
Absolutely. As of right now, according to ESPN, the Mountaineers are sitting at a 70% chance to win this game, which means the Warhawks have a 30% chance. But I think the odds may be a little bit higher than at least the other 15 matchups they've gone against, especially having, like you said, a few former App State players on the Warhawks and being familiar with the Allura Sharp system. So we're going to have to see how the Mountaineers are going to play around these two players, try to find a stop for them, and just try to get things going. This Warhawks team is very good when it comes to turnovers. I believe they're actually 15th in the nation in offensive rebounding. And in their game against Indiana, they were beating them on offensive rebounds 19-1, Dylan. Wow. That is insanity.
That is quite a telling stat. We had one of the representatives from Louisiana Monroe come over to us pregame and say that this team prides itself on turnovers and prides itself on getting rebounds. And the stats showcase that. They're second in the Sun Belt in rebounding. They force over 19 turnovers a game on average, and they are absolute animals on the glass and forcing turnovers and chaos in the open court. It'll be interesting to see how that pairs up with App State's style of offense that likes to shoot the mid-range and the three as well.
Yeah, don't be afraid to see people rushing the paint heavy in this one, as both teams are rebound-heavy teams. So we're going to have to see what they can do. Go up, get aggressive, and try to get the ball for their team.
Yeah, it'll be very important for App State to try to limit the amount of rebounds that the Warhawks are able to get, especially with players like Markavia Shavers, who averages just under 9 rebounds a game. Have to keep her off the glass as much as possible if App State wants to get a big win here as they look to keep the momentum rolling here in the Sun Belt. Won their last 2 Sun Belt games, 3-7 overall in the conference, but coming off back-to-back conference wins, trying to look for 3 in a row, keep that momentum rolling with another home game here in the home center.
Absolutely. Both Mountaineers basketball teams are very dominant at home, and unfortunately for the Warhawks, they're sitting at 1-8 away, so they're going to try to get that chip off their shoulder, come out with something to prove and show that they don't deserve to be 1-8 away.
Yeah, looking for that second road win, as you mentioned, Nick, but it comes against a team that, as we've mentioned before, 0-15 all-time against. They have not won against App State in their program history. If they're going to get that second road win, it's going to have to be against a team that they've never defeated.
Yeah, we're going to need a gritty, fast-playing game here because we're going to be expecting people to get physical in the paint, trying to bring down those rebounds. Going to try to get that 3 ball up because both these teams are not afraid to shoot it. And What I do want to see is both teams in terms of free throw percentage. You know, I want to see some more free throws land. I know it's sort of been the brand of the Mountaineers, both basketball teams, men's and women's, to not really be the best at free throws. Like men's team, for example, worst in the NCAA in free throws, but this women's team is sitting a little bit better. They're sitting at a 67% free throw percentage, so not the greatest. Definitely could be worse, that we've seen before in Boone. But we're getting ready for tip-off here in a second on 90.5 WASU. And we are back. Sorry for that. Had a few technical difficulties. But we're back and we're set for tip-off, where Deja Mitchell is going to be going against Markavia Shavers. Mitchell wins the tip-off, gets it back to Smith. Smith looking for an outlet, gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in and misses the layup. That's rebounded by the Warhawks. Warhawks in transition right now. That's Maze Prince at the top of the key, looking for a passing option. Finds it over to Jamani Ingram, apologies. Back down to the paint for Shavers. Shavers puts it up and can't convert. Ferryall Definite Atla comes down with it. Mitchell passes it over to Pericic. Smith at the top of the key. Back over for Hagee. Hagee takes it, gives it to Definite Atla. Over to Smith in the corner. Smith in the far corner trying to find a pass. Gets it over to Definite Atla. And the Warhawks convert on it. And first turnover for the Warhawks already, as they're stepping into the passing lanes quick in this one.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple bits of inconsistent play here on both sides, couple turnovers and missed opportunities for App State, and then that turnover that just went out of bounds for ULM. Back and forth action already.
Hagee inbounds it to Smith. It's back to Hagee, looking for a pass up the middle, but Warhawks are playing press. Princess May gets that, but Mitchell knocks it out and gets the turnover. Mitchell in the transition, passes it over to Smith at the close three-point line. Smith at the top of the arc, passes it to Mitchell, who passes it down to Pericic in the paint. Pericic trying to get the ball. It looks like we're going to have ourselves a jump ball.
Yeah, possession arrow with the Mountaineers, it looks like. But you can already tell that ULM has very active hands whenever that ball gets into the paint and deep into the mid-range. They're swiping at pretty much anything down there by that block.
Absolutely. So it's going to be Warhawks ball as Kashanti Nichols gets it into Princess May. Maze Prince, apologies. Back over for Ingram. Down to Ennis at the corner. And that's Shavers who puts it up off the glass and in for the first points of the game. The Warhawks are going to break the seal in this one. And the Mountaineers are back on the transition. Definite outlet gets it down to Pericic in the paint, who misses the pass. That's over to Jamani Ingram, who's fast down the lane. Puts up, and Ingram misses the midpoint shot from just about the paint as it goes out, and it's going to be Mountaineers ball with Hagee inbounding it. Smith up on the far side, passes it back to Hagee. Sort of quarterbacking this offense. Gets it over to Definite Outlet at the top of the key. Back over to Hagee. Hagee has it, driving the lane, looks for the midpoint shot, and gets it. Emily Hagee ties it up for the Mountaineers. We're sitting at 2-2 with 7:44 left in the first. As Maze Prince comes down on the left side, looking for the three-point shot, and it's off. An air ball from the Warhawks early on. But like I said, they're not afraid to pull that three ball.
No, they're not, and Maze Prince especially not afraid to pull it. We weren't sure how much offense she was going to be able to provide, but she's been the primary ball handler in these opening couple minutes. That shot was pretty well off, air ball to the right side of the rim, but again, not afraid to shoot it early on. It's a good sign if you're a Warhawks fan tuning in that Maze Prince is actively handling that ball.
Hagee at the top of the key, passes it down to Definite Atla near the baseline. Definite Atla is powering her way in, and a foul is called. That's going to be 2 shots for Definite Atla.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Warhawks down there. Couldn't quite tell who it was, but one of the Warhawks, they're reaching in. Looks like they might have swiped the hand of Atla and got the contact.
So Hagee's going to inbound it to FDA. Never mind, that's Mitchell looking for the three-point shot, and it's just off. Riley Stoker gets the rebound, passes it out to Mitchell, over to Hagee. Hagee driving the lane up towards the paint, and it's turned over. Back over to Mays Prince, who's on a fast break. It's passed over to Innes, who puts up the three-point shot, and it's missed. And that's going to be out of bounds on the Warhawks. So it's going to be Mountaineers ball. We've already seen a few turnovers from the Mountaineers here, as the Warhawks are not afraid to step in these passing lanes and go fast on the transition.
Yeah, we're just past 3 minutes in here in this game, and App State has already committed 5 turnovers in this game so far. That's a testament to ULM's ability to force those turnovers. As we mentioned in the open, they force 19 turnovers a game on average. This is a big part of their game, and they're showcasing it early on here.
As Addie Beal subs in, gets it back to Smith, who passes it over for Jada Burton. Burton back over for Stoker, who puts it up and misses, but Mitchell rebounds it. Mitchell on the right side passes out to Smith for 3, and it's good. 5-2 lead for the Mountaineers with 6:27 left in the first quarter. As Mays Prince is going to be walking it in from the logo, positioning her pawns, gets it out to Ennis. And it's a familiar face for these Mountaineers, especially Laura Sharp. Gets it back out. Barkley passes it over to Ennis. Back down for Ingram, who's looking for the shot from the paint, and it's good. 4-5 as Jamani Ingram runs in and puts up the midpoint shot for the easy 2 points, and it's 4-5. As we got Burton rushing it down, gets it over to Smith. Back out to Burton at the three-point line, driving down the middle in the paint. Looks for the midpoint shot, and it's good. And it is 7-4 Mountaineers with 5:38 left. But the Warhawks are coming back on the fast rush. Mays Prince slows things down, looking for a pass outlet, finds it over to Innes. Innes back down to Shavers. And the whistle is blown.
Yeah, foul call. Looks like Innes may have got pushed in the back over there on that right block. So ball will stay here with ULM with right around 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
A few substitutions are made for the Mountaineers. The Warhawks will be inbounding it at the Mountaineers baseline. That's Mays Prince, who passes it out, and that's out on the Warhawks. A little bit of a miscommunication between Ingram and Mays Prince, and it goes right out, and it's going to be Mountaineers ball.
Yeah, it looked like that one just went right off the fingertips of Ingram and into the App State bench.
As Burton has it at the top of the key. Looking for a pass. FDA makes the screen. Burton rolling off near the left baseline, and the whistle is blown.
That's an offensive foul and an offensive turnover.
This looks like it's going to be Warhawks ball, as Barkley is going to inbound it to Mays Prince. Mays Prince, who's already been all over this game. Certainly a weapon for this Warhawks team, as she passes it over to Jasmine Jackson. Back out to Ingram. Ingram to Jackson. Jackson pulls the 3, and it's no good. The Mountaineers get the rebound.
Foul called. Looks like it'll stay on the floor over on the left side of the court here. We've got a timeout here as we've reached the midway point of the first quarter, Nick.
Absolutely, and the Mountaineers are up 7-4 on the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Like we said coming into this, the turnovers have definitely been a worry point for these Mountaineers, as this Warhawks team is not afraid to step in the passing lanes, take the ball, go down on the fast rush. But the Mountaineers have played it pretty well, as they're up by 3. And we'll be right back after this break on 90.5 WASU. And we are back at the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina, where the App State women's basketball team is going against the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Dylan, what are your key takeaways from the game as of right now as the Mountaineers are leading 7-4 with 4 minutes and 51 seconds left?
Yeah, Nick, halfway through this first quarter, and we mentioned at the top that it was going to be very important for App State to fight on the offensive and defensive glass, get as many rebounds as they can. They've gotten 6 rebounds in this game so far compared to just 2 for the Warhawks.
As right out the gates, the Warhawks inbound it, and Gassaway gets a quick, easy midpoint shot to make it 7-6 for the Mountaineers. But Burton, back on the transition, gives it to Hagee. Hagee back over to Burton. Back down to Pericic. Pericic trying to work it in the paint. Puts it up, and it's no good. Ingram coming down in the paint and puts it up off the glass. Ingram spins off a defender and puts it off the glass.
What a move. Ingram putting them in a spin cycle with that one. Spin into the glass off the low block. Nice move by the former Mountaineer to get on the board.
As Hagee gets it down to FDA, who puts it up off the glass as well, and it's no good. The Warhawks are going to get the ball back as Mays Prince is running down on the right side. Mays Prince running over to the left, looking for a pass option. Mountaineers playing good defense, but she gets it back to Jackson. Jackson working down the left side into the paint, and there's just 2 tall Mountaineers there waiting for her. As Gassaway gets the rebound back and puts it up and in. The Warhawks are in the lead now, 10-7. Jada Burton coming down, passes it over to Hagee on the left side. Hagee over to Pericic at the three-point line. She's going to shoot it, and it's no good. There's a battle for the rebound as looks like it's going to be Warhawks ball.
Yeah, referee down there on the far side signal for jump ball, so we'll get the possession arrow, and it looks like it will be App State to inbound.
So App State on the inbound. That's going to be Hagee looking to pass it in the near baseline. Passes it out to Smith. Smith on the left, passes it over to Pericic at the top of the key. Smith has it back. Pericic at the top again. Shoots it. And it's no good. And the Warhawks are going to get the rebound. Ingram rushing down the middle. Goes over to the right side in the paint. Puts it up, and it's in. Jamani Ingram is styling on the Mountaineers right now as the Warhawks extend their lead to 5. Hagee trying to command this offense for the Mountaineers. Passes it over to Pericic on the right side. Back out to Hagee on the left. Back down to FDA, who's going to work it in the paint. Turns around, and it's no good. But the Mountaineers are going to get the rebound. Back up to FDA. Over to Mitchell at the top of the key. Back over to Hagee on the left side. Hagee mishandles it. We've got bodies on the floor as Hagee goes down. Tripped on Ingram, who dove for the ball. Hagee was not ready for it.
That was a hard fall by Hagee, landing on her left leg and side. Luckily, she's able to get up on her own power and begin to walk it off, but she is clearly in a little bit of discomfort here. That was a wild possession there. A little bit of a turnover and loss of control of the basketball resulted in a scramble for it right around 30 feet away from the rim. And Hagee able to get to it, but then eventually falling over as she was stripped up by one of the Warhawks. And she is heading off the court and onto the bench.
Looks like they're going to be subbing Hagee out, who's been all over the court in this one. She's been flying around, sort of filling in that Emma Smith role when she subs out. And Hagee just battling for the ball, has to go to the bench and shake it off, but it looks like she should be okay for now. As it looks like Elena Pericic is going to be inbounding it.
Jada Burton is in for Hagee with the sub, and Addie Beal is also on the court for your 5 Mountaineers.
Burton has it at the top of the key. Back over to Mitchell on the left side. Mitchell looking for a pass option. Gets it down to Smith on the left corner. Smith surveying, passes it over to Burton at the top of the key again. Back down to Smith, who pulls it from 3, and it's good. Corner 3 from Emma Smith, making it 12-10 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter.
What a quick trigger release there by Emma Smith. Gets the ball and just fires it immediately, and it's nothing but net.
It's Asia Ennis passing it back down. Jackson has it in the corner, passes it out to Barkley. gets it into the paint, and the whistle is blown.
It's like number 30, Addie Beal, was called there for the foul, trying to reach over the back there of the Warhawk to get that ball. Referee blew the whistle right away, and he's over on the App State bench explaining the call to head coach Laura Sharp, who I have seen be very animated over there on the sideline in this game so far as her team trails 12-10.
Looks like the Warhawks are going to be inbounding it from the Mountaineers baseline as Mays Prince gets it out to Ingram, and Ingram's got the ball in the paint.
Jump
Whistle
ball there.
is going to be blown as a jump ball is called.
Something I noticed in these opening minutes is that we were concerned or a little bit worried about how much Nakia Mays Prince was going to be available in this game and how mobile and active she was going to be after going down in her last game. She's been moving around a lot and has been very active for this Warhawks team.
Absolutely, as Camille Brown puts it up off the glass to extend the lead to 4 for the Warhawks with 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Burton has it on the left side, looking for a pass option, gets down to Mitchell, but the whistle is blown.
App State trying to get their defense set here, down 4. They've also, on offense, the Mountaineers have been a little hesitant to shoot the ball when they get open looks. Aside from the Smith 3 just a moment ago, they've been hesitating and having a little bit of issue with ball control as well, as there's another turnover by App State as that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like the Mountaineers were inbounding it from the Warhawks baseline, sort of what we saw earlier from the Warhawks, just a miscommunication that ended up out of bounds. Now it's Warhawks ball. As Brown passes it, but a whistle is blown. So there was a bit of contact down by the baseline.
Yeah, that was Asia Barclay down there in the paint getting tripped up and falling onto the court. Gets back up, no issue. Both teams are getting the hold of here and ready for this inbound with 1.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
So it looks like Ennis is going to be inbounding it for the Warhawks. Like you said, Laura Sharp has been very animated this game. The Warhawks inbound it. Barkley has it down the left side, puts it up off the glass, and it's no good. The Mountaineers are all battling, but the Warhawks get it back. Oh my! What a play from Markavia Shavers. She gets 3 of her own rebounds against 3 Mountaineers and puts it up and in.
What a possession there for the Warhawks, an individual effort by Barclay, as you mentioned, just going to work there in the paint and off the glass to get those 2 points.
Absolutely, as McCrary has it for the Mountaineers. Pericic up at the top of the key, gives it off to Smith. Smith looking to make a play, takes the shot, and it's just off the front of the rim, and the Warhawks are quick on the transition as it's passed up to Ennis, who has it over on the right corner, spins off a defender, passes it back to Shavers, and Shavers misses it. Definitely off the mark for Shavers right there. She had the right idea, but very wrong execution as Burton has it on the left side. Passes it up to Smith at the top, who's communicating to her team. Putting her pawns where they need to be. Trying to get some points on the board for the Mountaineers. Down 6 with 12 seconds left. Looks like this is going to be the 5 seconds left on the shot clock as Smith still has it at the top of the key. Pericic is going to need to put this up at the goal line. And it's no good. As with 3.9 seconds left in the first quarter, the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks are up 16-10 on the Appalachian State Mountaineers.
It's been a very physical game. App State has had to battle a lot in the paint to try to get some of these points and some of these rebounds. ULM is just gobbling up the ball off the glass right now in this game. They're up to 9 rebounds in this first quarter, so they've been exerting a little bit more control on the glass that we mentioned was a big part of their game, as Pericic at the free line to shoot 2.
Pericic at the charity stripe, puts up the first one, and it's good. She cuts the deficit to 5 now with 3.9 seconds left in the first quarter. Taking her last shot now. It's up, and it's good. 16-12 in favor of the Warhawks with 4 seconds left. As Mays Prince gets it, 1 second left. She puts it up, and it's just off.
That was close.
That was a very close attempt from Eastern Washington out there. That was
That was
way above the North Carolina mark over on the right side, but
that was a little bit too close for comfort if you're an App State fan, as it clanged off the front of the rim. But it's a 4-point game as we end the quarter one here, Nick. Bit of back and forth action for sure.
Absolutely, it's been back and forth. Bit of a game of ping pong between these two. Like we said, rebounds are going to be a big deal in this one. And even though the Mountaineers are actually tied in rebounds with ULM, that one play by Shavers over down on the paint where she puts it up, it doesn't go in. There's 3 Mountaineers there. The tallest Mountaineers, I believe it was FDA, Elena Pericic, and one other Mountaineer that were going up and defending Shavers by herself. She puts one up, gets her own rebound, puts up another, gets her own rebound again, puts up another, and it's in. Just what a physical, strong play from Shavers there.
Yeah, that's the play of the quarter for me, Nick. Just the individual effort and ability to get a rebound while guarded by 3 players at once. Just goes to show how good ULM is at getting those rebounds on the offensive side of the glass. And it's going to be a big point of emphasis, I believe, in this break from Laura Sharp to her team to get those rebounds whenever you have the chance. If a ball goes off the window, goes off the rim, you got to be able to corral it to limit the amount of possessions the ULM Warhawks are going to get in this game.
Absolutely. So after the first quarter, the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks are up 16-12 on the Appalachian State Mountaineers. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this break on 90.5 WASU. And we are back at the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina, where the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team's taking on the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. So the Mountaineers are down by 4 at the start of the second quarter. Going to try to make something happen right before the half. Try to tie it up and even take the lead as Smith gets the inbound from Mitchell right at the half-court line. Smith has it right on the A. The pass out to FDA. It looks like the Warhawks are playing heavy press here. This is the pass down to Hagee. Good to see her all right after her spill on the court a few minutes ago. Smith goes down and the whistle is blown.
You can see already at the start of this quarter, the Warhawks are getting their arms, hands, even their legs out in pretty much all of these passing lanes, making it very difficult for the Mountaineers to execute some of these passes with that press that you mentioned, Nick.
Absolutely, as Smith gets the inbound from Pericic. Smith has it at the top of the key, looking to make a pass. Gets it over to Hagee. Back over to Smith. Back down to Mitchell on the left side, over to Pericic in the left corner. Back out to Smith at the top of the key, and it's off the mark. As Hagee makes the high effort play to try and get that from going out of bounds, but can't quite get it to happen as Mays Prince is streaking back down the court. Back down to Barkley in the paint. Barkley puts it up. And wow, what a strong body play by Barkley. Just get quick points on the board for the Warhawks, and they extend their lead to 6 with 9:10 left in this second quarter. Smith passes it over to FDA at the top of the key, but there's just a flying Warhawk in to steal that one. And there's another turnover as Ingram has it down by the Mountaineers baseline, just can't put it up over the wall of FDA. Oh my, Ingram goes flying to the ground. as Mays Prince puts up the long two and gets it.
What a crazy sequence there, Nick. I believe it was Kashanti Nichols on the far side come flying in and getting that ball, and then on the other side of the court here on the offensive side, just great individual efforts there by several Warhawks, finished off with the bucket there from Mays Prince.
As Smith gets it in the right corner for the Mountaineers. Smith spins off Mays Prince, has it down at the baseline. Mountaineers counting down the shot clock, 4 seconds left. FDA rushes in and makes a big body play in the paint. A heavy mismatch against Mays Prince right there down by the baseline, and FDA takes advantage. Mountaineers cut the lead to 6. It's 20-14 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Much needed bucket there for App State to keep it a two-possession game here.
Absolutely, as Mays Prince has it on the left side, looking to make a play, passes it over. Back in the left corner, that's Brown. Brown passes it over to a Warhawk, and they put it up, and it's good. The Warhawks cannot be stopped right now on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. As Hagee puts it up, and it's blocked by a Warhawk again. As Brown is rushing down 2-on-1, as Ingram puts it up off the glass, and it's good. The Warhawks cannot be stopped, and the Mountaineers are forced to take a timeout.
Yeah, that was a crazy good sequence there for the Warhawks. It was Camille Brown with the block on the three-point attempt from Heggie. And then on the other hand here, it's Jamani Ingram getting the bucket for App State. They've been so effective in the paint in this game, Nick. It's just been incredible to watch here on the sideline how they're able to find the open spot in the paint and just get that ball up onto the glass and into the hoop. Been pretty good to watch.
Absolutely, as we did come into this saying that it was going to be a physical game. We've seen bits and pieces here, but I'd like to see a little more physicality in the paint from the Mountaineers because I know they have the size. They have people like FDA. They have people like Zoe McCrary. They have people like Addie Beal, all above 6 foot, Elena Pericic as well. I just want to see a lot more work in the paint as having 3 6-footers up against someone who's standing at 5'7", and them to get 3 rebounds on you, put it in like we saw in the first quarter, and now just the insanity sequence in terms of turnovers.
And just to emphasize again how well ULM has been performing in the paint as we're right around 7.5 minutes left in this second quarter, the Warhawks have gotten 20 of their 24 points in the paint. App State, only 4 of their 14 in the paint so far. So the Warhawks are absolutely dominating that lower end of the court on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, 2 of those points came from FDA earlier on in the quarter where she found a mismatch against Mays Prince and just got an easy layup.
Yeah, it was a really good post move by FDA, getting the spacing right and getting that ball to go in. You know, I built some Legos with FDA last semester. She's a big Lego fan, has a big collection back home, and I had the opportunity to build some with her on the Holmes Convocation Center. It was a lot of fun, and she was building up a couple points here in this game, trying to build some momentum for App State, if you will.
Yeah, like you said, I'd love to see the Mountaineers build momentum. Hopefully this timeout can help, as hopefully it stops the Warhawks' momentum. The Mountaineers can figure themselves out, as just looks like the Warhawks, every time the Mountaineers give them a question, they have the answer. And it's insanity, so may want to see that switch up, maybe a few written up plays on the Mountaineers and could get them some more points on the board as they're down 10 with 7:31 left in the second quarter. And we're going to go to a quick break here on 90.5 WASU. And we are back at the Holmes Convocation Center where the App State Mountaineers women's basketball team is going to be taking on the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, where the Warhawks are up 24-14 with 7:31 left in the second quarter. The Mountaineers don't have a point, a rebound. They have not been able to get much done in the second quarter. They just took a timeout to try and get their momentum back as Jada Burton's taking it down the left side. Burton rushes over to the right side, looking for a pass option. The Warhawks playing beautiful defense. Smith gets it, passes down to FDA at the baseline. FDA with an easy 2, and it's just off. Hits off the back of the rim as Ingram has it down, rushing down very quickly. Gets it out to Mays Prince, back down to Ingram, who makes a jab step, tries to put it up, but Stoker has the answer. Burton has it down the middle, also fast rushing down, has it in the paint, gets it over to Stoker. Stoker looking for a pass option, gets it down to FDA. FDA trying to make something happen, gets it out to Pericic in the corner. Down to FDA again. And a foul is called on FDA as she went for a nice easy layup, but Warhawk had to jump in, try to get the 6'3" center.
Yeah, it was a good give and go action there between Smith and Defna Atla over on the right side of the court, resulting in Defna Atla getting a decent look over there on that right side, and she got fouled and is now at the free throw line to shoot 2.
She puts the first one up and it's good. It's a 9-point game with 6:41 left in the second quarter. Defna Atla going for her second free throw shot. Puts it up and it's good as well. The Mountaineers cut the lead to 8 with 6:41 left. Mays Prince has it down the left side, guarded by Smith. Prince quarterbacking this offense. They get it all around the perimeter. It's over to Ingram on the right side. Ingram making a play, tries to pass it in the paint, but that's Kashunti Nichols who just couldn't hold on, and the Mountaineers are back on the rush. Jada Burton has it, passes out to Pericic at 3. She's scary from the 3-point line. Gets it over to FDA at the top of the key. Looking for a pass option, but that's Nichols jumping in a passing lane again.
They've been doing that all game, have the Warhawks. Anytime a Mountaineer looks open, you just see one of the black and gold jerseys, but mainly black jerseys, come flying in and take away that passing lane. It's been kind of crazy to see just how quick they are off the ball and how fast they get into these passing lanes, able to deflect the ball and get turnovers.
Absolutely, as Pericic inbounds it to Burton, tries to get it back down to the baseline, and it's taken away by Mays Prince for another turnover. Looking for the easy 2 and gets it. Happy birthday, Nakia Mays Prince, as she gets the easy 2. Mountaineers down 26-16. 5:45 left in this one. FDA has it at the top of the key, passes it over to Burton. Burton rushes into the paint, looks for the 2, and gets it off the glass and in. Just a powerful play by Jada Burton.
Yeah, she worked all the way from the far 3-point line all the way around to the top of the key and then back into the paint to get that bucket with the layup off the glass. And then on the other end, App State forces a travel for ULM. So a little bit of momentum here for the Mountaineers. A good bucket on one end, a defensive stop on the other.
Absolutely, we love to see it, especially for how this quarter started out. Looked a little scary, a little shaky, but Laura Sharp got her team back in line. They're ready to make a push to try and get this game back.
And they're definitely going to need another big push here. They're still down 8 points, 26-18. So looking to see if they can get a couple more quick buckets here before the midway point of this quarter.
As Mitchell has it at the 3-point line, puts it up just off the front of the rim, and the Warhawks get the rebound. Back out to Mays Prince. Mays Prince looking for a pass outlet. Hasn't found one, finds it over to Barkley, back over to Shavers. Shavers down to Mays Prince, who puts it up, and it's off the front of the rim, and the Mountaineers get the rebound as Burton rushes down the middle.
I think Defna Atla may have gotten a piece of that.
Stasia Mitchell has it down the right side in the paint, puts it up, and a whistle is blown.
And a foul called. Looks like App State will be headed to the free throw line here. It will be number 24, Deja Mitchell, getting 2 shots as she was fouled there on her shot attempt. Kind of did a hook shot, and it soared way into the air, but got the foul called. And she is at the free throw line, trying to get 2 crucial points here for App State as they look to draw a little closer.
Absolutely, as the Warhawks are up 26-18 in this one, 4:45 left. Mitchell looking to put 2 on the board, cut the lead to 6. She puts the first one up, and it's good. Mitchell looking for a second free throw shot.
Mitchell, a big fan of art. She loves to draw. She loves to paint, trying to paint a bit of a comeback effort here in the second quarter. She sinks that second free throw.
Absolutely, as the lead is cut to 6 now as the Warhawks. Maze Prince, who had injury concerns coming into this one, has not shown any signs of injury in this. Maze Prince has been flying all over.
Yeah, she looks sharp. She looks very active moving around the court very
well. She rushes down
well.
the baseline and puts it up off the glass and in.
Right as we were talking about her, she just showcases that athleticism, able to get around a defender and get it off glass for the bucket.
Absolutely, as Mitchell has it at the three-point line, passes it down to Pericic in the paint. Pericic works a defender and puts it in. It's a 6-point game. The Mountaineers are down 22-28. Maze Prince working down the left side. Gets a screen. Doesn't do much with it. Gets it over to Barkley. Back over to the close corner. Back over to Barkley. Looking for the long two. Doesn't convert, but it's rebounded by Marissa Gassaway. And the whistle is blown as Gassaway gets the and one there off the glass.
Great individual effort there by Gassaway, the 5'11 graduate student out of Louisville, Kentucky, earning her way to the free throw line.
Yes, there was a long two there by Barkley. Just off, well, very off the mark, actually. Looked almost like, well, you could have played it off as a pass, but we all knew it was a shot as Gassaway gets it and just puts it up off the glass easy, but misses the and one. We got ourselves an 8-point game here with 3:49 left as Burton has it down the left side. Burton working on Ingram. Gets it down into the paint, tries to create space for Pericic, but can't get it done. Pericic at the three-point line. Gets it over to Smith. Smith looking for a pass option. Gets it to Pericic, back down to FDA at the baseline. FDA in the paint, spins off a defender and puts it up. We got ourselves a 30-24 game here as FDA shows what she can do in the paint.
Yeah, nice little hook shot there off with the right hand and gets it to go. She's up to 6 points in the game. She averages right around 5, so she's already over her season average. Good performance out of FDA so far, Nick.
Absolutely. The Mountaineers, after that timeout, started showing a lot more effort than we were seeing. They're getting the ball out a little bit quicker when it comes to passing because the Warhawks have been all over their passes. They're making smarter decisions, and they're showing a lot more aggression here after that timeout, and I love to see it with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left as it's going to be Ingram inbounding it at the baseline. Gets it up to Barkley. Barkley passes it over to Gassaway. Gassaway over to Ingram. Ingram working it up at the three-point line. Gets it over to Maze Prince at the logo. Maze Prince working it down the left side. Gets it over for a corner three, and it's no good for Camille Brown as it's rebounded by Gassaway and put in. Gassaway's all over these rebounds, getting the easy twos for the Warhawks as the Mountaineers are down on the fast rush. That's going to be Stoker on the right side. Gets it up to Smith, back out to Pericic. Looks for the pass into the paint, but it's intercepted once again by the Warhawks. As what a seam pass by Maze Prince down to Ingram, who streaks in, gets an easy layup.
She zipped that one in to a tight window with a football-style pass. What a find there.
Pericic gets it in the corner and just misses the corner threes. It toilet bowls out, and Maze Prince is going to be back on the fast rush. Maze Prince gets it over to Brown. Brown back over to Maze Prince over on the right side, over to Ingram. Back over to Barkley, who looks for the long two and just can't convert as Addie Beal gets the rebound. Burton passes it over to Stoker on the right side. Over to Pericic in the corner, who passes it over to Beal. What a snag! And a foul is called. What a hard-working play by Beal there.
Yeah, she had to use all 6'2" of her height to corral that pass. It was a little high, but she was able to jump and get it and then go back up and get the foul called on her. So earns herself a trip to the free throw line and 2 shots as App State trails by 10 here, 34-24 with right around a minute 40 left.
Yeah, Addie Beal looks like she didn't have that right hand open, just snags it with the left and gets the foul call. She puts up her first shot, and it's off the mark. We got ourselves 10-point game here. Mountaineers have 3 timeouts left. Warhawks have 4. Beal looking for the second shot, puts it up, and it's in. The lead is now cut to 9 as the Warhawks are going to inbound it. Looks like that's going to be Nichols who inbounds it over to Ennis. Ennis down the left side. Former App State player, familiar face for these Mountaineers. Ennis, top of the key, passes it over into the corner for Chomko. Chomko back out to Ennis. Ennis over to the right corner for Ingram. Ingram puts it up, and it's off the mark. As Pericic gets that. Smith at the top of the key. Back out to Hagee. Hagee passes it over to Pericic on the left corner. Back out for Issa Roman. Roman, apologies. Back out to Smith at the top of the key. Down to Pericic at the baseline. Pericic puts it up and gets the easy layup. Hard-working play by Pericic there. She was all over. Started in the left corner, worked it up to the top of the key, went down to the baseline, got the pass, and puts it in. She cuts the lead to 7 with 34 seconds left in this one as Ennis wasting some time. Gets it out to Chomko, who passes it over to Nichols. Nichols right over to Ennis. And a charge is going to be called on Ennis. She works it down the baseline, but Hagee stood tall.
Solid defense there by App State in a possession you feel like they had to get a stop there. The Warhawks had found a little bit more momentum in that paint in the last couple trips down the court. So big defensive stand there by the Mountaineers. Hagee taking the charge and getting the offensive turnover.
23.1 left in this one. Smith's working it down the right side. Mountaineers going to try to get some quick points here. Try to shorten the deficit just a little bit before the half. As Roman has it at the three-point line, and it's way off on the left side, but wow, Hagee throws it behind the back to try and not let it go out of bounds, but looks like she stepped out, and there's going to be 5 seconds left in this one as the Warhawks get one more possession. Mays Prince looking for one last shot. It's up. It's no good. Pericic gets that. That was scary. Could have been a really nice buzzer beater there from the Warhawks, but way off the mark. And now going into half, the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks are up 34-27 on the Mountaineers. Dylan, what are your takeaways from that half?
Well, I think the main thing that we came into this game talking about was ULM's ability to get to work in the paint and get those points in the paint and get those rebounds off the glass and off the rim. And they've showcased their ability to do that once again in this game. 28 of their 34 points have come in the paint. They've gotten a ton of rebounds, 19 in the first half so far. They averaged 39 in a game, so they are right on pace to hit their season average in rebounds. And they are just going to work in that black section of the paint. It's been pretty exciting to see if you're a Warhawks fan here in attendance in the Holmes Convocation Center. But if you're a Mountaineers fan watching this game and listening on the WSU Sports YouTube page, you've got to begin to wonder what adjustments Laura Sharp is going to make to try to limit the amount of rebounds and second chance opportunities this Warhawks team is going to get, because they are just grabbing every single ball, it seems, that comes off the glass and off the rim.
Absolutely, and they're also stepping into every passing lane, it seems like, for the Mountaineers. Just when the ball gets loose, there's always a Warhawk to it first. The Mountaineers definitely need to pick up their game going into this half. The lead is only 7, so.
Yeah, and we talked about also as well at the beginning of this broadcast, the former App State players having to make a mark in this game, Jamani Ingram and Asia Innis. Ingram has already gotten to 10 points in this game so far on 5 of 10 shooting. Meanwhile, for Asia Innis, she hasn't gotten a score yet in this game, 0 for 1 from the field, but her ball handling ability has been on display here so far, making good passes, making good reads to give her teammates excellent scoring opportunities, and that's part of the reason why ULM has a 7-point lead here at halftime.
Yeah, and the player I want to talk about on the Warhawks who hasn't really found themselves on the stat sheet but has been all over is Kashunti Nichols. She's been stepping into every passing lane, has gotten a lot of loose balls for the Warhawks and just started rushes, even though she doesn't have a point or assist in this one. You do have to watch out for her if you're the Mountaineers.
Absolutely, Nick. You got to watch out for all of these active defenders for the Warhawks, because as you mentioned, they are all over the court, getting their hands and arms into pretty much every single passing opportunity, making it really hard to find good reads. Towards the middle part of that quarter, it seemed like App State had finally found some momentum and some ways to get into the paint more often, but towards those final couple of minutes, the Warhawks closed up those areas in the paint and got those rebounds and limited the second chance opportunities. And again, big part of the reason why they have that lead at halftime is because of their staunch defense in the paint. For App State, though, I want to highlight that there are 3 players leading the way with 6 points each. You got Emma Smith with a couple threes. You got Defna Atla with her couple layups there in the paint and a couple free throws to boot. And then Elena Perchich as well, 2 of 6 from the field, including 2 free throws. So 3 players for App State tied on the top of the score sheet with 6 points each. Obviously got to get a little more production from the rest of the team here, try to get some of these players into double figures, and also try to get just a little more balance on the defensive side of the ball, get a couple stops here coming out of halftime.
Absolutely. So at half, the Mountaineers are down 34-27 against the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. And we'll see you at the start of the second half as we're going to go to break here on 90.5 WASU. And we're back for the second half of action at the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina, where the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks have a 7-point lead on the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team. The Warhawks have been all over the court this evening, Dylan, and Mountaineers just haven't had too many answers. They started crawling back, but the start of that second quarter was looking a little scary in the way the Warhawks were playing, and the Mountaineers just couldn't answer.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle for the Mountaineers to consistently get buckets and consistently find momentum here in this game so far, and that's just largely in part due to Louisiana Monroe's ability to force turnovers and get rebounds. This is a team that prides itself on both of those things. I mean, they're second in the Sun Belt in rebounding. They average 19 turnovers a game forced against their opponents. So this is a really defensively sound team, and they've showcased their ability to force turnovers and get rebounds for this game so far. They've gone to work in the paint a lot. The vast majority of Louisiana Monroe's points are in the paint. They forced 10 App State turnovers in the first half. I expect a little more of the same coming out in the second half as Louisiana Monroe wants to keep the pressure going on App State and find a way to beat the Mountaineers for the first time in program history before Laura Sharp and the Mountaineers. They got to find a way to break through this defense of the Warhawks, find a way to get buckets and get into the paint consistently, and also find a way to get rebounds consistently, get second chance opportunities, and get points on the board because they're down 7. So if they want to make a comeback here, it's got to start immediately with a couple quick baskets here in this third quarter, I think, to get that momentum going.
Absolutely, as Louisiana Monroe has 12 points off of turnovers in that first half, while the Mountaineers have none.
That's pretty telling. That's a pretty telling statistic there, Nick. And
yeah,
it's
not the most ideal, but there's still another half of basketball to be played. Lots of time on the clock.
Oh, yeah.
Just a 3-possession game, really, for the Mountaineers. And we'll have to see if they can get it done here, if they have an answer for the Warhawks.
Yeah, plenty of
time.
time.
Warhawks ball at the start of the half as Nichols passes it in to Ennis. Ennis has it on the left side, gets it over to Nichols. Back over to the corner for Mays Prince. Mays Prince passes it out to Nichols in the paint. Nichols finds a pass over for 3. It's up. And it's no good. But Nichols gets the rebound and puts it up for the and one. It's Nichols screaming to the crowd. She's hype about that one.
Absolutely, and for good reason. Going up to get that board. We were just talking about how important it was for App State to find a way to get these rebounds and limit the amount of opportunities that the Warhawks are getting off the glass. And right away on the first possession, an offensive rebound for the Warhawks leads to a basket and an and one for an opportunity for a 3-point play.
That's been the tale of the game, all game so far. As just 18 seconds in, Kashanti Nichols gets the and one, and it's good. And the lead is extended to 10 here quick, as Emma Smith takes it in right at the half-court line. Positioning her pawns. Gets it over to Hagee. Hagee at the top of the key looking for a pass option. Gets it over to FDA. Fariel Defna Atla. Bit of a miscommunication with Smith, but Smith rolls off. Gets it out to Mitchell. Mitchell looking for the potential shot. Doesn't take it. Takes it down the right side over to the far corner. Gets it out to Hagee at the 3-point line. Hagee puts it up. And it's no good, but there's going to be a foul called on the Warhawks.
Yeah, foul right in the middle of Hagee's shooting motion as he was going up to try to get the layup in. And she will go to the line to shoot 2. Bit of a circus shot attempt as well. She was in midair, switched it from her right hand to her left to try to get a little bit of a hook shot. Got the foul call, and is that the charity stripe?
So 2 shots for Hagee. She puts the first one up, and it's just off the back rim and no good. Hagee getting ready to take her second shot. Puts it up, and it's good. And the lead is now cut to 9. Mountaineers down in this one. The Warhawks back on the rush. So that's going to be Ennis. Passes it out to Mays Prince. Apologies. Mays Prince at the top of the key takes the shot, and it's good.
Wow, what a shot there by Mays Prince. We were worried about how active she was going to be in this game, how many minutes she could provide. It doesn't look like her leg is throwing her down at all.
Down by the baseline, passes it out to FDA in the paint, and they get 2 points of their own. It's still a 10-point game here, 40-30 in favor of the Warhawks, with 8 minutes and 38 seconds left in this third quarter. Mountaineers make a pretty good answer on the Maze Prince 3-point. What a shot, just pulled it instantly, and nothing but net there, Dylan.
Yeah, and talking a little bit more about Maze Prince, we saw during the end of halftime there when she was coming out, a little bit of Vaseline being put on the back of her left calf, trying to loosen that up a little bit. She's now gone to a double leg sleeve. She was wearing only one earlier, so she's now sleeved up on both her legs, trying to get her a little bit more compression and comfortability there.
As a great second chance play from the Warhawks down at the baseline as Barkley puts it up, and the rebound by Shavers gets put in. The Mountaineers on a rush of their own. Pericic from three. It's no good from the right corner. As Stoker gets it, inbounds it to FDA. FDA over to Smith. Smith at the top of the key looking for a pass down low. So Laura Sharp getting real animated over by the bench.
Yeah, she was yelling at Stoker. I believe she said bounce out, so bring it farther back out towards midcourt to get a reset instead of just trying to fire a quick pass. Trying to get her team into a little bit more of a comfortable spot as they look to find momentum any way they can in this game.
Absolutely, as it's going to be Mountaineers ball on the Warhawks baseline. Smith looking for an open player, gets it over to FDA at the right corner. She swim moves over someone and misses the two. Had a wide open two and just shoots it over. Now Maze Prince on a rush of her own, passes it down, and the corner three is no good from Innes. Innes back out to Maze Prince, and that's no good either. But a foul on the floor as Barkley goes flying through the baseline, slides.
Yeah, that was a bit of a hard fall there for Barkley. Landed right on her back, but she's up, no worries there. I mean, this offense for ULM has been really good so far to start this second half. They're up 12 on App State.
As Ingram inbounds it to Barkley, back out to Ingram at the charity stripe and puts it in for two. Wow. Ingram gets the easy 2-point from right outside the paint. And the Mountaineers are back on a rush of their own. Burton down the middle. And there's a foul on the floor again. So these two teams came out playing very aggressive. Bodies are flying all over.
Getting a lot of bumps, getting a lot of contact, and it's definitely been a physical start to the second half, as you mentioned, Nick.
I say we'll look to inbound. Don't want to lose this one, and neither do the Warhawks. Up 14 with 7:23 left in the third quarter. As Emma Smith is going to look for the inbound. Gets it over to Burton at the three-point line. Pericic working it in the paint, puts it up, gets the easy two. And it's 44-32 now. Pericic doing good work in the paint per usual.
Yeah, that was good work in there by Pericic and by Ida Beal as well down there, getting the bucket.
As Maze Prince passes it over to Barkley, who hits it off the back of the rim. The Mountaineers are going to get out of that one scot-free. Emma Smith, top of the key, gets it to Addie Beal. Beal looking to make a play. Fakes the pass, works down the right side. Beal powering through. High effort play there by Beal. Gets it over to Roman. The whistle is blown.
Yeah, Beal looked to pump fake over there on that right block down by the basket, and eventually Mountaineers got the call. Looks like it'll be Issa Roman who was fouled, who's now at the free throw line.
That was a very good heads-up play by Addie Beal there to fake the pass out to the corner, create some space for herself, get the pass over for Roman, and get the Mountaineers a chance at two shots. As Roman's first shot goes up and hits off the back of the rim and out.
Roman has a brother named Diego who plays lacrosse at Loyola Marymount, so athletic family.
Roman's second shot goes up, and it's good. The lead is 11 for the Warhawks, 44-33 with 6:40 left in this third quarter. As Maze Prince is taking it down the left side. Maze Prince gets it out to Shavers, back over to Ingram. Ingram up to Mays Prince at the top of the key. Gets it down to Shavers. Shavers working in the paint. Works through Beal and puts it up. What a play there by Markavia Shavers.
My goodness, and that forces an App State timeout to be called, as well as Laura Sharp wants her team to regroup. App State was in a bit of a 2-3 zone look down there with the team sliding over whoever the ball carrier was. But that was just a great individual effort by Shavers to work around her defender on the left side and find her way into the paint to get that layup.
We're going to be hitting a timeout. So we're going to go to a quick break here with 6 minutes and 23 seconds left in the third quarter, with Louisiana Monroe Warhawks up 46-33 on the App State Mountaineers on 90.5 WASU. And we are back for the rest of third quarter action between the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks and your App State Mountaineers women's basketball team. Mountaineers down 33-46 in this third quarter. Gonna have to find some momentum here decently quick, but there's still a lot of basketball left to play. Apologies.
Sure is, Nick. 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Got the entire fourth quarter left. App State's going to have to manufacture some sort of momentum here out of the timeout.
As Jada Burton's running fast down to the logo on the hard press there from the Warhawks. Burton at the top of the key, passes out to Pericic. Pericic back down to Burton. Burton rushing through into the paint, gets it over to the left corner, it's up! And Emma Smith just off the mark, hits off both rims. And that's going to be out on the Warhawks. It's going to be Mountaineers ball down on the Warhawks baseline.
It looks like Camille Brown tried to corral the rebound off the rim, but just couldn't get her feet inbounds to try to, secure the catch NFL style. So it'll be App State ball.
As Burton inbounds it to Smith, and Smith gets blocked, just straight stuffed by Gassaway. And Mays Prince is working down the right side. Just a little shimmy, works it down, misses the layup.
Ball there stays with ULM, it looks like, down there on that right side off the rebound. ULM's defense, as you mentioned on that first possession, really suffocating, and that continued as well. they were going all over the floor. It looked like they were double teaming whoever the ball carrier was as well, trying to force some extra turnovers out of the timeout and keep that stifling defensive effort going.
It's going to be Warhawks ball out by the Louisiana Monroe bench. Looks like Shavers is going to be inbounding it, but there's a bit of confusion on the Mountaineers bench.
Yeah, it was Jada Burton going down there on the far side of the bench, maybe having a quick discussion with one of the assistant coaches or athletic trainers down there, but she looked no worse for wear and is all set to go for the inbounds.
As Mays Prince has it at the top of the key. Back down to Warhawks to Ingram in the corner. Ingram passes out and a whistle is blown.
Another foul call. Looks like a little bit of an excessive contact down there towards the paint or towards that baseline. But foul's on the floor, so we'll get another inbound there right by the basket.
Mountaineers are very careful about what Ingram can do by the baseline as they're forced in that contact as Ingram inbounds it to Mays Prince, finds open space and gets the easy lay off the glass. Mountaineers back on the rush as it's Stoker. The whistle's blown.
Another timeout called by Alora Sharp. She is not liking what she is seeing out of this team right now as they find themselves down 15 points to the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, a team that they had never lost to in the program's history. This is quite literally unprecedented for App State to be able to be trailing by this many points to Louisiana Monroe. And Coach Sharp and the rest of the coaching staff has got to find some way to regroup and get any sort of momentum rolling in this game before it gets completely out of hand here.
Absolutely, especially since the Mountaineers are sitting at 11th in the Sun Belt right now while the Warhawks are sitting at 12th. So with this win, it looks like the Warhawks may have a chance to bump up in the standing.
Yeah, both these teams are looking to find and fight their way into the top 10 of the Sun Belt standings, avoid that play-in round of the Sun Belt tournament come late March, because all 14 teams in the Sun Belt make the tournament, but if your seeds 11 through 14, you have to play a play-in game in order to make it to the actual full tournament, and you definitely want to avoid that extra game at all costs. So this is a very important game for both these programs as far as seeding goes, trying to get into that top 10.
So Alora Sharp is going to be trying to get a little bit of a strategical masterclass here for the Mountaineers as they're down 15 with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 timeouts already called this quarter, both pretty close to each other, so you can definitely tell that something is off and Sharp wants to change it.
And meanwhile, for Louisiana Monroe head coach Scotty Fletcher in his first season, he's got this team rolling so far. They're looking for their second road win of the season, and they're up 15 on the road trying to get it. So this has been a great game so far by the Warhawks on the road in an environment that they have historically struggled in the past. Winless against App State all time are the Warhawks, as we mentioned multiple times on this broadcast. But Fletcher and that entire coaching staff has got his team fired up and believing and playing hard on both ends of the ball.
Turnovers coming into this game were a worrisome factor for these Mountaineers, and they've honestly just been the reason that the Warhawks have taken this big of a lead. Just every loose ball they get their hands on, they go down on the fast rush, they make a good play for a little bit of space, and that much space makes the Mountaineers pay. It's the Warhawks not really shooting too much from 3, but inside that 3-point lane, they're trying to get anything they can in the hoop, and it's working out for them.
Yeah, as you mentioned, from 3, neither of these teams have been shooting the ball really effectively from 3 at all. Louisiana Monroe just 1 of 9 from 3. Their only make was the Mace Prince 3 just a couple minutes ago. But App State is 2 of 14 from 3. And this is immediately following a game in which they were 6 of 14 from 3 yesterday against South Alabama. So this is not the shooting that you would love to see if you're a Mountaineers fan at all. Got to find a way to get some points quickly here, and you've got to find the 3-point form fast if you're an App State Mountaineers fan.
Yeah, the 3 ball at this stage in the game is very important as Smith inbounds it to Burton. Burton back out to Smith on the left side. Smith rushes in and misses the layup.
Tried to go from her left hand to her right, a little bit of an awkward angle off the side of the rim.
As the Warhawks have the ball, it's Mays Prince, name we've been saying all night, puts up the 2-pointer, and it's corralled by the Mountaineers. So whistle is blown.
Try to see what foul is. Looks like it was foul's going to be going down on the other end of the court think it was called when App State had possession. So we may be getting 2 free throws here for the Mountaineers, and it looks that way as Stoker has made her way to the free throw line. App State is in the bonus, so every time they get fouled now for the remainder of the quarter, they will be getting 2 free throws.
That could be huge for them, especially being down 15.
And it's especially huge because you still have half the quarter left and you're already in the bonus.
Exactly. Every point counts from here on out as Stoker puts up the first free throw and puts it in. Stoker going for the second now. Puts it up, and it's good. Stoker cuts the lead to 13 now as the Warhawks inbound it. A far pass over to about the logo as Ingram's working in on the right side, puts it up. And that's going to be hit out of bounds by the Mountaineers. It's going to be Warhawks ball.
That was good, solid defense there on that end as well by FDA, staying tall, staying upright, making sure that she doesn't commit a foul and forcing the shot to clang off the side of the rim. Ball will stay with ULM though.
As Ingram passes it in to Maze Prince. Maze Prince back over to Ingram on the left side. Ingram creates some space on Stoker, and it's turned over. Emma Smith gets the turnover. Passes it over to Perichich on the left side. Over by the three-point line. Passes it into empty space. And it's caught by Stoker. What a grab. Smith has it up at the logo. Back over to Burton on the left side to Perichich in the corner. Looks for the pass over to FDA. Back out to Perichich at 3. Over to FDA. Back to Burton on the right side. Down by the baseline. Working on 3 Warhawks defenders and puts the backwards layup up off the glass.
That was a wild sequence, Nick. We'll talk about it here in just a couple minutes, but man, what a play there.
Absolutely, as the Warhawks rush it down on the left side. Space is created for Ingram, but can't convert on the layup. And it's Mountaineer ball. Down 11 with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
Let's talk about that last possession for App State, because you had early on in that possession a chance for Perichich in the corner. She got the blow-by on the pump fake and decided to pass it in. Ball was fumbled around, kicked around a little bit in the paint, but eventually found its way to Burton, who put it up in between multiple Warhawks defenders for the layup. Just a wild sequence of events there, and 2 much-needed points for App State.
Exactly, as Burton gets fouled down on the Warhawks side, and since Mountaineers are in the bonus, that's going to be 2 shots for Burton. Very crucial shots as she puts in the first one, cuts the lead to 10. Mountaineers are creeping up on the Warhawks here.
You know, Burton's got some pretty good kicks on down there, too. She's a bit of a sneakerhead, loves collecting shoes, loves collecting sneakers. She's wearing some nice-looking ones down there on the court right now.
She gets the second free throw, cuts the lead to 9. Mountaineers are playing full court press, and it's Mountaineer ball.
Yeah, that was Emma Smith forcing the tie up there right at the mid-court line, and the entire Mountaineers bench got up and started cheering. They loved the defensive effort from their star point guard, Emma Smith.
Mountaineers are hype right now, looking for any momentum they can get. That could have been a potential momentum switch here in this game, as the Mountaineers have sort of crawled back since the Laura Sharp second time out of the half.
Yeah, they were down by 15 earlier in this quarter. They're now down by only 9, so they're starting to get a bit of a comeback going here.
As FDA passes it out to Perichich at the three-point line, looking to make a play, passes it to Burton. That ball's broken up, and the Warhawks on a fast break. It's Innes. But the whistle is blown. Innes couldn't get the layup. But it looks like there's going to be 2 shots for the Warhawks as Emma Smith hits the hands of Innes.
Yeah, great call there, Nick. It looked like as Ingram was going up, Smith made contact with her wrist. She was trying to argue that she got all ball, but that's not what the referee saw, and that's not what the referee called. So it'll be 2 free throws here for the Warhawks as they look to get back to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, as Asia Innes, the former Mountaineer, very familiar here on this court.
Absolutely.
This is not new territory for her. As well as Jamani Ingram, who's been all over the court tonight, been truly one of the main factors that the Warhawks are up 10 right now. As Ennis is putting up the second free throw, and it's no good. FDA gets the rebound, passes it over to Burton. It's like there's heavy press here from the Warhawks. Smith has it on the left side, passes it over to Burton on the right side. Burton up by the star on the North Carolina logo. Back over to Burton at the top of the key, right outside of the paint. Looking to make a play, passes it over to Deja Mitchell. Mitchell working in the middle, creates some space for the midi, and it's no good. Burton has it on the right side, puts it up off the glass, and it's good.
Gets
rolled around there for a second.
Gets the friendly roll. It went all the way around that basket. 360 before it finally dropped in.
Mountaineers on a bit of a roll, cut the lead to 8. And Mays Prince has it on the right side, working in the paint, passes it out for 3. Corner 3 is no good. As Ingram gets the rebound, puts it up, and a foul is called on the Mountaineers. As with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in this third quarter, both teams are in the bonus now. And the Mountaineers are down 8, 49-41 here.
Yeah, they've crawled back a little bit, but it's pretty important now that ULM has found their way into the bonus. Every time they're going to get fouled here, they're going to go to the line and shoot 2. And it's Ingram at the line right now.
Scary shooter for this Warhawks team. Someone the Mountaineers are also very used to.
Yeah.
Like we said, used to this court, played here last year under Alora Sharp. She's playing against her old friends.
Yeah, playing against some of the people that she's very well familiar with. People like, you got guys like Emily Heggie, who was here last year. You've got a couple people who were here last year. And, of course, the coaching staff, mainly Laura Sharp, who brought her in. And now she's facing off against her former team, her former coach, and she has put on a show so far.
As Ingram misses the second free throw, passes it over to Smith on the left side. Deja Mitchell on the right. Passes it out to the corner for Stoker. Stoker, bounce pass over to Smith at the baseline. Back out to Stoker for 3. And it's off the front of the rim, but Smith gets the rebound. Tries to pass it back to Stoker so it didn't go out of bounds, but it's no good. As Mays Prince is going to work it back for the Warhawks. On the left side, Mays Prince looking for a pass option. Nichols sets the screen, passes it out to the far right corner. As Ennis working into the paint, tries to put it up, and a foul is called. That's going to be 2 shots for the Warhawks.
Yeah, foul called right underneath the hoop as she tried to go up for the basket. Did Ennis, who now finds herself at the free throw line. Another former Mountaineer, one of the 2 former App State players here. Ennis, just the 1 point on the night so far with the 1 free throw earlier, finds herself back at the stripe.
Looking for the second. She doubles her points, getting the first free throw, as it's a 10-point game again.
Something I found on the App State website for player bios is that she has her own personalized cooking apron with her name on it. So
wow.
she loves to cook. She's trying to cook up some extra points here for ULM as she buries the second free throw.
The lead is now 11, 52-41 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter here.
Would you ever get your own personalized cooking apron, Nick?
I may dabble. you never know. I'll see where life takes me. And Burton over at the logo trying to create some offense here for the Mountaineers. Makes a move behind the back, and a foul is called. Looks like that's going to be 2 shots for Jada Burton.
Yeah, a bit of a physical play over there by the star in the North Carolina outline on this court. And it results in 2 free throws, as you mentioned. Both teams being in the bonus. Every time someone commits a foul or gets some extra hard contact, going to the free throw line.
Every point matters at this point in the game for the Mountaineers, as these 2 shots are definitely a big factor. As Burton puts up the first one, and it's off the mark, just off the back left of the rim.
App State's really shot the free throw well in this game so far. 13 of 17, so that was just the 4th miss from the line in this game.
Burton puts up the second, and that hits. As the lead is now 10 with the Warhawks beating up 52-42 against the Mountaineers with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in this third quarter.
And now we're seeing some pressure here on the inbounds as they're trying to force a turnover on the Mountaineers.
We've just got back and forth fouls here with both teams being in the bonus.
Yeah, and this is a part of the game that takes a while as well when both teams are in the bonus. Any additional contact is going to result in a long trip down to the free throw line and a pause in action. But it's part of the game. Once you get those 5 fouls, you have to be aware to not carelessly hit somebody or foul somebody as they're going up for a shot, as they're going for a loose ball. You just have to be aware of that. And so far in this point of the game, App State really hasn't been aware of that. You've got these extra fouls going on at mid-court when they're nowhere near the basket.
Absolutely, as Jamani Ingram misses the first free throw, puts up the second, and it's good. A lot of back and forth free throw shooters from former Mountaineers on this Warhawks team. And the lead is now 11 for the Warhawks. Mountaineers need to play some almost seasoned vet basketball against a team that is, I wouldn't say a lot older, but definitely older. There's no sophomores or freshmen on this Warhawks team.
Yeah, this team, ULM, is entirely made up of juniors and upwards, and they're all transfers as well, coming together at Louisiana Monroe for one last run together.
As FDA drops it off to Burton, who works it down the left side. But the whistle is blown as Jada Burton's shot gets blocked.
It was blocked and then went out of bounds there, so it will stay with App State. Again, just going to talk about the stifling defense. Going up to block a layup from Jade Burton, the leading scorer in this game for App State so far with 11 points. ULM's defense is not letting up no matter who has the ball right now.
They are playing to the whistle every play no matter what. And it's very evident both on the scoreboard and just by looking as Mountaineers are going to be inbounding it. So the Warhawks are getting themselves settled and in position. Jada Burton's going to be inbounding it for the Mountaineers on the Warhawks baseline. Burton passes it into FDA, who puts it up, and it just bounces right off the glass, but FDA gets her own rebound back. Working in the paint, Ferriel definite outlet, out to Burton for three, and it's off the back of the rim.
And that was a good look from three for Burton, just a little too strong with her shot.
As Nakia Mays-Prince takes it down the left side. Emma Smith-Garden picks set as Mays-Prince puts up the three ball, but it's no good. Rebounded by Stoker. As Stoker's rushing up the middle of the court. Passes it over to Burton on the left side. Burton at the top of the key looking for a pass outlet. Gets it over to Stoker. Stoker down to the left corner for Smith, who takes all the space and gets the easy lay.
She got the blow by there in that near side corner and took it and ran with it right into the paint for the layup.
Absolutely, as the Warhawks lead is now at 9, 53-44 with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. As pass out to the far corner is missed by Ingram for the Warhawks, rebounded by the Mountaineers.
That was a very good look for Ingram, just rimmed out.
Stoker working down the left side, gets it out to Burton, over to FDA in the paint. FDA gets it out to Pericic at the top of the key. But Pericic pushes off of Ingram to try and create some space. And that's going to be two shots.
That's the kind of mistake you can't have when you're in your offensive side of the court. An offensive foul that results in free throws for the other team. You can't have that.
Apologies, that was Camille Brown that got pushed. And it's going to be Warhawks ball.
Right now it looks like it may not actually be free throws either. It's just going to be an inbounds right next to us.
So it was going to be an offensive foul. Emma Smith playing press defense on Mays-Prince.
You got a substitute here. Out goes Gasaway, in comes Shavers for the inbound. As right now Mays-Prince is being double teamed on the inbound pass.
It's been scary, this one, even with injury concerns. It's been not evident at all as Issa Roman picks up the ball, his body spill on the floor.
My goodness, what is going on that far side of the court? You've got Issa Roman, who tried to score a double team, and then she got a travel call on her for trying to do that. I'm not entirely sure what she was supposed to do there. She was completely surrounded by players with nowhere to go.
I'm just as confused as you are, but it's going to be Warhawks ball over by our sweet Dane Maggard, who is the PA announcer for tonight's game.
And let me just say, Dane Maggard's been doing a great job on PA as well.
He has experience for women's field hockey, and you can tell that it's translated over as Mays-Prince working down the right side, passes it out for the corner three for the Warhawks, and it's good.
just the second made three of the game for Louisiana Monroe, and it comes at a back-breaking time.
Oh my. As right at the buzzer, Emma Smith puts it up from the other three-point line. And it just bounces off the back of the rim. Oh my.
Man, we've seen her make that shot before in the Holmes Convocation Center. She was that close to making it again. Yostas just rubbed my forehead as we get ready here for the fourth quarter.
And after three, the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks are up 56-44 on the Mountaineers. We're going to go to a quick break here on 90.5 WASU. And we are back at the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina for the final quarter of the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks versus the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team. App State's gonna have to find a way to crawl back in these final 10 to get 12 points as it's 56-44. Barkley inbounds it to Mays Prince. The Warhawks are starting out with the ball. Mays Prince, someone who hasn't gotten off the court all game.
Sure feels that way.
Wow, and the three ball is sunk by Jasmine Jackson. Just looked automatic, no questions asked. And the lead is extended to 15.
What a shot there by Jackson to open up the quarter as well. Catch and shoot.
FDA has it on the left side for the Mountaineers. Tries to pass it down to Emma Smith, but there's just a mismatch between her and Barkley plays good defense as it bounced off Smith's hand.
Yeah, not a good sequence to start. Get a three-point shot in your face and then an offensive turnover.
Jackson working down the right side, looks for the easy two. And it misses, toilet bowls out. And the whistle is blown.
Yeah, it's a tie up there with the possession arrow. That'll be App State ball on the far right side of the court here.
Jada Burton inbounds it to Emma Smith. Smith looking down the right side. Calling plays, has Mays Prince tailing. Gets it out to Deja Mitchell. Mitchell working down the left side, passes it out to Stoker. Right in the paint. top of the key. Mitchell has it at the 3 line, gets it down to FDA. Just looking for the layup, couldn't get it, but Mitchell for 3, and it's good.
Boom! Much needed 3 there by Deja Mitchell. She's shooting right around 39% from 3 on the season, and that was a big one.
Much needed 3 as Ingram's working down the left side of the court for the Warhawks, works it off the glass and gets the easy layup. Looks like any space you give Jamani Ingram if you're the Mountaineers, she capitalizes.
She just turned it up to another gear there, found a little bit extra speed to blow by her defender. She's up to 15 points in this game against her former team. Jamani Ingram making a statement for sure.
As Emma Smith has it on the left side, Maze Prince guarding. Cross-court pass over to Deja Mitchell. Fakes the rush, but it's turned over by Deja Mitchell as Jamani Ingram working in the one-on-one with Jada Burton. And she misses the layup. Jada Burton working on the left side, passes it out to Smith. Smith over to Mitchell for the layup. And the foul is called.
Yeah, App State had a fast break opportunity there, Nick, as one of the Warhawks players went down on the far side. Emma Smith realized that and tried to get her team to hurry up the court, and that created the opportunity there for Mitchell underneath the basket.
That's going to be 2 shots for Deja Mitchell. Mountaineers down 61-47 with 8 minutes left in this 4th quarter and game.
If you're going to try to keep this comeback effort alive, you've got to sink both free throws here if you're Mitchell.
Deja Mitchell puts up the first, and it's in. 61-48 now. Mitchell getting ready for the second free throw.
A little bit of a conversation with one of the referees over to Jada Burton about one of her protective braces, I think, on her left knee. So that'll bring the App State team over to Laura Sharp real quick as she tries to draw up a play and get her team rallied up for these next couple minutes.
Laura Sharp trying to straighten out the team, try to get 13 unanswered to try and maybe tie this one or take this game. 8 minutes is a lot of basketball, Dylan.
But it goes by in a hurry if you're trying to chase ULM up and down the court with all these fast break opportunities and quick transition game that ULM has had a lot of in this game so far, Nick.
So Mitchell finally going for that second free throw, trying to cut it to a 12-point game. Mitchell puts it up, and it's off the back of the rim. Warhawks get the ball back. Maze Prince working down that left side. Maze Prince putting on a few moves, gets it out to Jackson. Jackson looking for the 3 ball, but gets it over to Maze Prince. Maze Prince talking to Deja Mitchell. She elbows Deja Mitchell. Deja Mitchell screaming. It's excitement on the court for the Mountaineers.
And I believe we may have just had a technical foul called on App State. I'm not entirely sure what for, but the referee signaled the T and pointed to one of the App State players. We'll find out what's going on right now, but he's talking with the Laura Sharp.
Is it called on Deja Mitchell, who just celebrated right after?
It might have been. I'm not entirely sure what the reason is, but regardless of who it's on or for what reason, a technical foul was called. This will be free throws for ULM, I believe. Or at least the ball, at the very least. Yeah, it is free throws. It was called on Deja Mitchell, the technical foul. That's her 4th of the game, and it could not have come at a worse time for App State. Trying to find a little bit of momentum, and a technical foul. Unbelievable.
Definitely not what you want to take at this point in the game, but Maze Prince is putting up 2 shots, made the first one. It is a 62-48 game with 7 minutes and 43 seconds left, as Maze Prince misses the second free throw.
And as far as Maze Prince's game has gone, she's been really well. She's been playing really well, I should say. At the start of the game, we were concerned or a little bit worried about how much of this game she would even be able to play. She's played the most minutes out of anyone for ULM at 29 minutes of game time. Just an unbelievable, gritty effort out of Nakia Maze Prince.
To come in as a game time decision, to be playing that much is insanity. Like we said earlier, happy birthday to you, Maze Prince.
Yeah, and she's in double figures for points as well, as we've got a timeout on the floor. Laura Sharp calling over her team, but the timeout was called actually by ULM. I believe that's their first timeout called second timeout called of the game. 7.5 minutes left. Both teams taking a little bit of a break, trying to reset in this final stretch.
With that being said, we're going to go to a quick break here as the Warhawks are up 62-48 on the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team here on 90.5 WASU. Welcome back for the bottom half of the fourth quarter here as the Mountaineers women's basketball team is down 14 to the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks as they're up 62-48. Mountaineers are gonna have to find a way to crawl back. What do you think they need to do to try and get something going here?
Well, we've been talking about it all game, is that they need to find a way to consistently get in the paint and get these second chance opportunities. They just haven't been able to get any second chance opportunities, really. Just 9 second chance points, and only less than half of their points actually are in the paint. 22 points in the paint for App State compared to 40 for ULM. This has been a game dominated in the paint by the Warhawks. It shows on the stat sheets and it shows on the scoreboard with the Warhawks having a big lead over App State. In these final 7.5 minutes, I really want to see the Mountaineers find a way to consistently get in the paint, put some pressure on those Warhawks interior defense, and that could possibly open up the 3-ball, which App State has shot a lot of, but not made a lot of because they can't consistently get good looks.
Absolutely, as Ingram's going to inbound it for the Warhawks, but it's picked off by Emma Smith. Rushing down the court, puts up the lay, but misses it on the 1v1. Wow, but it's going to be Mountaineers' ball.
Mace Prince is signaling for a review. She believes that it was off of App State, and I believe that this could very well be reviewed by the officials because we've got a break in action here. Both teams to their respective huddles, and the referees are going over, I believe, to the video board.
Yeah, Maze Prince looked very confident about that. The ref's coming over. An appeal by head coach Scott Fletcher there. And whether the ball went out of bounds or not. Got word from the ref tonight.
Yeah, you can't call for a video review in women's basketball, but you can ask for an appeal on the play, which is exactly what head coach Scotty Fletcher just did. And even if you're up by, 14 points, you're playing until that final whistle blows, and you're trying to get every opportunity to possess the ball that you can. So this, I think, is a pretty smart use of an appeal by Fletcher and that ULM coaching staff.
Absolutely, as it was very iffy there. Emma Smith got the turnover over on the Warhawks half, ran down the court, had a one-on-one for the easy layup and just couldn't convert it. Bounced on the glass, but just couldn't hit the rim. And Emma Smith and the defender battle for it. Now it's getting appealed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good opportunity for App State to get on that fast break and force a turnover of their own that ULM has been so effective in doing this game and their entire season, but she was too strong with the layup attempt. Chaos ensued afterwards, and now we're in what's turned into a bit of a lengthy review here, going on 2 minutes on this appeal. Both teams still in their respective huddles trying to figure out a game plan for this. Jada Burton getting the back of her legs looked at by one of the athletic trainers. I saw her get her left knee wrapped a little bit earlier on in this quarter with some extra bandages and support. So she's still getting looked at a little bit over there, but both teams right now in their huddles trying to figure out how they're going to game plan for this last 7.5 minutes.
I do just want to touch again on how well Nakia Mays Prince has been playing, especially coming into this game as a game time decision. Has played the most out of any Warhawks player on the court and hasn't slowed down one time. The Mountaineers even started doubling her.
Yeah, and she's been moving with pretty much like no issue at all. She's been moving very smoothly and with a lot of grace. And it looks like that review is done, and it will be ULM basketball, Nick.
Looks like Emma Smith on the way down just hit it out of bounds, and now it's going to be Warhawks ball as Mays Prince passes it over to the right side to Jamani Ingram. Ingram passes it over to Ennis. Both former App State players on the court right now. Pass out to, that's Shavers.
Shavers went down hard on that layup attempt. Still down on the ground a little bit, but she will be helped up with the assistance of her teammates.
Was a little bit slow to get up. Limping to the free throw line. Looks like it's one of those walk it off situations. We hope the best for her.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, she's averaging just under 10 points a game on the season, and she's one of the main scorers for this team, especially with, you know, the worries about whether Mays Prince would play. We thought that she was going to have to step up. She certainly has provided another spark, another level to this ULM scoring, even with Mays Prince on the court.
As the first free throw is good. Markavia Shavers is the leader in average rebounds per game for this ULM team. So having a player like that injured is definitely not something you want to have. But looks like she's fine and good to go. She makes that first free throw, and up goes the second. Just off the mark as Mountaineers get that ball back. Jada Burton working down the left side. A little bit of hustle in the Mountaineers game. Yeah, Emma Smith decides to slow it down.
They've got to hustle. They're down 15 points right here.
Absolutely. Burton gets the drop off from Smith. Works down the paint on the right side. Can't create much, but goes up for the easy two over the defender.
Gets the left-handed layup to go. Big bucket there for App State.
App State's doubling. Ooh, the full court press works out for App State as Pericic gets it down by the paint. Gets out to Emma Smith on the left side of the three-point line. Down to Deja Mitchell, battles by the baseline, can't convert on the layup. Working down the right side right now is Asia Ennis. Gets it out for Barkley. Back over to Mays Prince, who looks like it's going to be a foul on Pericic, who just tried to step into the lane of that shot.
Yeah, Mays Prince shot the three, and she was fouled all the way down. I don't think she was given enough landing space, because when she landed, she fell onto the court. So she's going to be awarded 3 free throws here. So this is a big point of the game, a potential 3-point play here for Nakia Mays Prince.
That is a scary player to let shoot a three, and Pericic noticed that just a tad bit too late.
Yeah, she got there just a little too far after Mays Prince had already shot it, and closed out a little too fast as well. Didn't give Mays Prince enough landing space, and she's made the first 2 free throws so far. That's given her 14 points on the game.
As the Warhawks lead extends to 15 again. So they're up 65-50 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game. Mays Prince, chance for a 3-point play here. Puts it up, and it's in. All 3 free throws by Mays Prince there go in, and it feels like no matter what you do, you let her shoot the 3, you foul her on the 3, she's going to be getting 3 points.
Anytime she has the ball, she is a weapon on offense, and we've seen it a lot. She made a big three earlier. She's gotten good looks for her teammates. She's gotten good looks in the mid-range and with layups. She's been a factor all over the court, and Alora Sharp recognizes that. She calls a timeout.
Yeah, as the lead is extended to 16 by the Warhawks. Mountaineers have a lot of work to do if they want to get this one back in their hands.
Yeah.
But with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left, we're going to go to a quick break as Alora Sharp calls a timeout here on 90.5 WASU. And we are back, a shorter break than usual as Jada Burton has it on the Warhawks side of the court. Jada Burton working down the left side into the paint on 4 Warhawk defenders, and it goes in.
What a bucket there by Burton, falling away, gets the left-handed layup to go. Great individual effort there by Jada Burton for the 2.
Absolutely, as Nichols gets the ball hit away by Deja Mitchell, and we got a 2-on-1. But wow, great speed back by Nichols. Addie Beal has it on the baseline, puts it up, and just airballs as a whistle is blown, and it's going to be Warhawk ball.
And that is Maze Prince. I did it as well. Maze Prince down there on the ground getting the whistle. But it will be ULM inbound. Last time these two teams played, February 5th of 2025. App State won that game by just 2 points on the road. Again, the Mountaineers have never lost to Louisiana Monroe. They are down 14 points to the Warhawks right now. This is developing news right here. This could be the program's first
as
loss.
The attempt from Nichols is picked off by Smith over to Mitchell, and Mitchell puts in the easy lay, make it a 12-point game with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Much needed bucket there for App State, but I mean, your time's running out. You gotta continue to get defensive stops because you don't want to lose to ULM for the first time in program history today.
And the quarterback type pass from Maze Prince is converted by Ingram. What a play from far side on the half-court line into almost the paint for the Mountaineers, and Ingram converts, making it a 14-point game.
What a
Burton
find.
passes it on the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell looking for the pass option, gets it to Pericic. Pericic working in the paint, puts it up, and gets the easy 2.
App State's getting some momentum now going on offense. They've gotten a couple baskets here in the paint in these last couple possessions. They got to keep it going here, though.
Absolutely need to keep it going. Need anything they can get as Maze Prince has it at the three-point line. Emma Smith playing close. What you need to do against a star like Maze Prince in this one. Pass over to Nichols is corralled, and the whistle is blown.
That's going to be a turnover on offense, I believe. Yeah, the signaling ball is going the other way. It will be App State basketball, an offensive turnover for the Warhawks.
Wow. So the Mountaineers are going to get it back, get another chance to put some more points on the board, cut this lead. We got 3 Mountaineers in the Warhawks end.
It was Shavers for the Warhawks turning the ball over, her 3rd of the game.
As Burton is working it up on the right side. Emma Smith trying to roll off a defender. Gets it down to Deja Mitchell on the right side by the baseline and can't put it in. So the whistle is blown.
Yeah, this should be 2 free throws for the Mountaineers, as it was Mitchell working on Jamani Ingram down there in the paint. And got the whistle and got the foul called.
It's 68-56 in favor of the Warhawks here with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left. If you're just joining us, the Mountaineers are trying to find anything they can to crawl back and try to take this one. But the Warhawks have just had basically every answer. Nakia Maze Prince has been all over the court despite being carried off of the court last game against ODU. And the free throw by Deja Mitchell goes up and in, cutting the lead to 11.
It's just been an impressive performance for Nakia Maze Prince. We've pretty much run out of accolades or ways to describe just how impressive she's been in this game. But with 4 minutes left, I'm sure we'll find some other ways to do that.
App State's doubling Maze Prince. It looks like Burton gets the ball. Oh, it's going to be Warhawk's ball. Apologies. A good battle there by Burton, however, on Maze Prince, trying to get that ball back. But the Mountaineers right now playing full press. It's what they have to do with 4 minutes left, down 10. As Ennis gets open. Ennis working it down the right side on Addie Beal and puts it in for 2. And it's 70-58 in favor of the Warhawks.
Timeout Louisiana Monroe. They're liking what they're seeing. 12-point lead there for the Warhawks, as you mentioned, Nick, and a great bucket there by Ennis, driving hard on Addie Beal, getting the contact and going through it to get the basket.
Absolutely, an amazing play on the rush there. So the Warhawks have now extended their lead to 12. It's 70-58 with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left. Both teams with just one timeout left. And we'll be right back after a quick break here on 90.5 WASU. And a quick break again as we are back with 3 minutes 52 seconds left. Mountaineers trying to create a miracle, I'd say.
Yeah, you'd be right in describing it that way, as needing a miracle to come back in this game. Just under 4 minutes left, and they're down 12. So pretty much every possession from here on out either has to be a bucket or has to be a defensive stop of some kind.
We need textbook offense from the Mountaineers here in this final 3:45. Jada Burton working it around, gets it out to Deja Mitchell, who misses the layup. Deja Mitchell puts it up again, they can't get it, and it's Mountaineer ball. Looks like it's gonna be out. Apologies, it's Warhawk ball. Bounced off of a Mountaineer, trying to get the rebound. The Warhawks.
Yeah, that's just not what you needed. App State finally got a rare second chance opportunity in the paint as well and could not convert. Just an unfortunate sequence of events there for the Mountaineers.
3:30 left in this one. Maze Prince is working it up the middle. Passes it back over for Ennis. Ennis over to Shavers. Shavers back out to Maze Prince. Maze Prince taking her time. Working it on two defenders, gets it to the corner for Barkley, who puts up the corner three, and it's good. Sorry, it was a long two from the corner. Looked like her foot may have been on the line as Deja Mitchell works it down the left. What an attempt on the lay. Tried to get off the glass around the defender. It just goes right over.
Almost got the circus shot to fall in there. My goodness, that would have been an incredible layup had it gone in and not just rattle it out. But still, good individual effort, but if you're going to get this comeback, you've got to get the shots like that to fall, no matter how difficult they may be.
As Mountaineers get the ball back, Burton inbounds it to Smith. Smith to Perich for the corner three, and it's good!
Boom! What a shot there by Perich in the corner with the defender draped all over her. My goodness, Elena Perich.
Looked like the ball bounces off the foot of Emma Smith on the turnover and puts it in. Mountaineers are on a run right now. They've cut the lead to 9 now. Warhawks need to be careful as Mountaineers are gaining some momentum here.
Yeah, that was a steal by Smith.
But Ingram rushes down.
Oh my goodness.
Creates space in the fadeaway. Mid-range shot goes in. Looks like there's going to be a chance for an and one here for the Warhawks, who are in the bonus now.
Yeah, just another great effort there by number 9 for the Warhawks.
Oh, that's Camille Brown. Yeah. Apologies.
Hey, it's all good. But just another good effort there. Going up strong, drawing the contact, drawing the foul, and converting on the free throw as well to complete the three-point play.
As it looked like a Jamani Ingram textbook play,
it
textbook
did.
fadeaway. Had us confused over here on the desk, but Camille Brown puts up the free throw. It makes it a 12-point game as the Warhawks are up 75-63 with 2:20 left in the fourth. Stasia Mitchell passes it down to the paint, back out to Emma Smith for three, and it's good! If there was any time you need your three ball to fall, now is the time for the Mountaineers as Emma Smith on the rush back. Ball bounces off the head of Jada Burton. Everybody corrals around her, make sure she's all right.
That's one way to use your head, as they say in sports terminology. Getting the deflection off your noggin, how about that? But on the other end, Emma Smith, we talked about it a little bit earlier, the quick trigger three that she has, the ability to just catch and shoot. She displayed it right there with that last three, and that was a huge shot for Emma Smith, the 5'7" senior out of Vestavia Hills, Alabama, making it rain inside the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone.
As it's inbounded by the Warhawks, Maze Prince working it out at the top, and a whistle is blown.
We've got an offensive turnover again on the Warhawks.
Mountaineers have to take advantage of this if they want a chance at bringing this game back. They're down 9, 75-66, 2 minutes and 1 second left, and Jada Burton's getting ready to inbound it to Emma Smith.
It was Shavers again with the turnover, her fourth of the game. These are the kind of opportunities you, as you mentioned, Nick, have to capitalize on. If you're actually, anytime Louisiana Monroe commits a turnover or misses a shot, you've got to go down the other end of the court and make one of your own.
Jada Burton rushing down the right side, trying to get into the paint, passes out to Perchich, wide open three, it's good!
Elena Perchich from downtown making it rain with the wide open
We have
three.
ourselves a 6-point game with 1:42 left. As Maze Prince passes it over to Ingram. Ingram getting double teamed, finds a wide open Barkley. Barkley can't find anything to do, gets it over to Ingram. Ingram over to Maze Prince, who has a wide open three, and it falls.
My goodness. Nakia Maze Prince, what a shot with Addie Beal right in her face, and she swishes it without a problem. Wow.
Just when you think the door is swinging open, just seems like Nakia Maze Prince, every chance she gets, just finds a way to convert. And now we have ourselves a 9-point game with 1:26 left in the fourth quarter here.
It's been, for the last couple minutes, all App State. But as you mentioned, Nick, that door had swung open. Nakia Maze Prince may have just slammed it shut with that clutch three-pointer.
The Mountaineers are going to need the momentum they had right before that three coming out of this timeout. But we're going to get a quick break right before. Apologies, I think they're about to break up anyway, so we'll stay here with you.
Yeah, that was ULM taking the timeout, their final one of the game, under a minute and a half left here in this fourth quarter. And what a game it's been so far, Nick. I mean, you had ULM looking for their first ever win against App State, controlling this game for the majority of it. App State finally finding a way to get consistent baskets. They made their last 4 shots. But the immediate answer from Nakia Maze Prince, she's up to 18 points on the game. What a performance by her and this entire Warhawks offense to be leading this game.
What a birthday present for her, but like we said earlier, you got to play till the clock hits 0, and that's what the Mountaineers are doing right now. There's no quit in them whatsoever. They know that just a few lucky bounces, and they could have this game right back in their hands.
And with both teams in the bonus, Nick, as well, there is still a lot of time to score and get points here.
Mitchell passes it down to the corner for Perchich. Perchich in the left corner, trying to make a move. Spins off the defender, passes it out, but it's turned over by the Mountaineers. As it's Jamani Ingram working it on the right side out to Maze Prince. 1:05 left in this one. Maze Prince wasting time.
Yeah, if you're the Warhawks right now, the clock is your best friend.
Pass over to Jamani Ingram. Jamani Ingram working down that left side. And the Mountaineers get the turnover. Need the fast break here on the transition. They get it over to Perchich at the three-point line. It's up, and it's no good. Just off the back of the rim. As Maze Prince getting pressed on by Emma Smith. 37 seconds left in this one.
Jamani Ingram shaking up down there on the left side. She's laboring.
As Maze Prince has it at the half-court line. 2 Mountaineer defenders on her.
Mountaineers get the tie-up. It will be App State basketball here with 27.3 seconds left. Got to make something happen here really quick off the inbounds. Potentially look into one of the corners here or try to drive really quick into the paint to get some quick points.
Yeah, 27.3 seconds remaining. The Warhawks up 78-69 against the Mountaineers here.
And also, if you drive into the paint, you get fouled. You're going to the free throw line because both teams are in the bonus here.
It's the Mountaineers inbound it. Jada Burton has it. Trying to work it into the paint. Spins off a defender. Looks like the foul is called. Mountaineers are going to get 2 shots to try and cut this lead to 7 with 20.5 left.
And that's a big foul call as well because, again, the 2 shots because you're in the bonus. But more importantly for App State, the clock stops and you have a chance to get 2 points closer to Louisiana Monroe. So this is a big sequence here. Jada Burton has to sink both of these free throws.
Absolutely. The Mountaineers still have 1 timeout remaining. Gonna see if they're gonna use it, but Burton puts up the first free throw. It's no good. Definitely needed that one to land, but looks like she's gonna shake it off. Have the mind of a goldfish, one might say. Forget the last 5 seconds, and she's gonna shoot the second. Trying to cut the lead to 8. She puts up the second. It's good. We got ourselves an 8-point game with 20.5 left.
You got 20 seconds. Why are the Mountaineers not pressing here, trying to force a turnover? They're down 8. They got to get the ball back.
Looks like they're going to let the Warhawks play this one out. And the Warhawks get their first win against the Appalachian State Mountaineers in 16 meetings. They extend their road overall to 2-8. And now it looks like they're going to be bumped up in the Sun Belt over the Mountaineers, take that 11th spot, and get their 4th win in conference play. A very well-played game by the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, and not what the Mountaineers wanted coming in. They knew that this team was known for turnovers, known for offensive rebounds, and it looked like they still let it get the best of them here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, credit to where credit's due. Louisiana Monroe came into an environment in which they had historically struggled in, and they came away with their first win against App State in program history. A great performance by the Warhawks, led by Nakia Mays-Prince, who had an outstanding game. 18 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and played 37 of the 40 minutes. For someone who we were told was a game-time decision prior to this game to play all but 3 minutes and be the leading scorer on your team, that is a noteworthy performance to be sure.
Absolutely. She was playing with a big brace on that calf that was getting worked on every time out. And despite being injured, just came out on her birthday and had an amazing game against these Mountaineers. And the Mountaineers are led off with a win that they definitely wanted, but when you win 3 in a row, you can't always get the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be a little bit of a disappointing loss for the Mountaineers, but you got to also look at the way that they performed in the latter stages of that 4th quarter, being able to come back from down 15, make it a close game, get these fans out of their seats a little bit, give them something to cheer about. Obviously it didn't end the way they wanted to, but the way that they showed that fight and that grit in the 4th quarter, going to be something to carry forward as the rest of the Sun Belt Conference play continues. 4 players for App State in double figures, led by Jada Burton with 16. Elena Pericic had 14 points. Emma Smith for 13 points. Deja Mitchell found herself in double figures as well with 10. So it was a good offensive performance. It was just the defense that let them down time and time again, unable to get stops on Louisiana Monroe and unable to get those rebounds that we consistently talked about that they needed to get.
Yeah, I think overall you could tell that this team was missing Jaden McBride on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I mean, the guards had to step up. They did a pretty good job doing that near the back end of the 4th when they realized they had to really lock it in and try to bring this one back. But, yeah, you definitely noticed Jaden McBride's absence in that loss. But the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks come out on top against the Appalachian State Mountaineers women's basketball team here in the Holmes Convocation Center. I'm Nick Norrid.
I'm Dylan Shepard.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and we'll see you again sometime on 90.5 WASU.